Hey guys, after we got the paint down, we started putting on the decals. Um, I used an aftermarket set by Aeromasters for the F86 Sabre. They went down just fine, no any issues. The only issue I guess you would call having was stencils. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of stencils. Lots of tiny little stencils too. Um, they went on. They just took a lot of time, and then we got the clear put on it, and then got her all thrown together. And here we got the video. Hey guys, here we are with the final reveal on our Revell 1/48 scale F86J Sabre. Um, this is another one of those inexpensive Revell kits that runs about $20 at the most. You can pick it up on sale for 12, 13, 15 bucks. It's an older tooling, raised panel lines and whatnot, but it built out into a real nice kit. Everything fit together really well. Only took a little putty to fill a couple seam lines and seam lines, pit marks, and around the front nose gear bay. Took a little bit of smoothing there. The only issue I had with the entire kit, and it may have been my fault, probably was my fault, or it could be the kit, because I've never heard anybody else say anything about it, so I'm assuming it's my fault. The canopy won't close all the way because it hits the back of the ejection seat. So what I'm thinking is I mounted my cockpit back maybe about a centimeter too far back. I looked at back at the instructions, and it said to mount it on the pins on the slots, which I did. It could be fixed. I could trim out the back inside of the canopy, allow it to slide forward a little bit, but since I had wanted the canopy open anyway, it doesn't really matter. But just something to be aware if you build this kit, to check those clearances, because either the instructions are wrong or I did it wrong, one or the other, and I'm leaning towards I did it wrong. We painted this model with the AK Extreme Metals. This is the first kit I've done completely using the AK product. The main fuselage is aluminum, and then we did polished aluminum and chrome panels. One thing I didn't do, but I'll recommend anyone that does do it, use this paint, is before you handle it too much, I would go ahead and put a coat of the clear on it, because with all the handling I had to do, putting the decals and things on, there are a few spots where my hands, the skin, oils wore through the paint a little bit. I was able to go back and touch it up, but if I had put a clear on it beforehand, or worn gloves the entire time I handled it afterwards, it would have been fine. You're going to clear it before you put decals on most of the time anyway. On most kits. You could lay decals straight on top of the Extreme Metals. It's a glossy enough surface, but I would go ahead and clear it. I used a satin black base on that, so it's not as reflective mirror finish as it could be with the chrome undercoat, but I didn't want a mirror finish on this one. I just wanted it to be definitely shiny, which I think we got. Comes with a really pretty detailed cockpit, with a decal for the instrument panel. So just the white indicators for the gauges, so you can paint your gauges black and then put the decal on and get the the gauge look that way. The actual instrument panel would be gray with the black instruments and the white, and it turned out really well. White dials. This kit does come with a pilot, which I haven't painted yet. I just wasn't happy with the pose that he's in, or this model. It's a decent enough sculpt, and I will paint him and will use him. But I'm going to pick out a different figure for my sets for this one. But in the meantime, we'll put on our pilot jack that kind of floats around between my builds right now. The figure included in the kit has his helmet in the other hand, and has his arm up like he's holding onto the plane, and it just doesn't fit with this particular model. You have options to do the speed brakes open or closed, or flaps are positionable, or you could glue them in one position. I left them loose so that I could adjust them if I felt the need to. Obviously the gear down. You can also, this port side gun bay can be open and show off the 50 cals inside, but I chose to go ahead and close them up on this one. Used aftermarket decals just because I wanted a slightly different paint scheme than what was included in the kit. And with the kit decals, they give you the ID stripe for the fuselage, but they want you to paint all the rest of them. And it was going to be a bear trying to match that color. And I had a set of F86 decals that had the wing stripes. I'm just so happen to have the yellow tail insignia, and I did have to paint the nose in the yellow, but the nose and the canopy and the color. Even still, the color is not quite exactly the same, but it's close enough for government work. And so we put the drop tanks and on. I could have got into my stash and swapped out the drop tanks for bombs, but they almost always flew with drop tanks on the F-86 during Korea, so that's the route I went with. What else is there to say? The model speaks for itself. In case anybody's wondering, the 1/32 scale FW190 kit is almost done. And that flat coated, it's all assembled except for the canopy glass and the nose spinner. It's just been dull coated like 10 minutes ago. So I'll let the dull coat cure overnight, and then tomorrow I'll put it on the canopy and the spinner, and it'll be ready to go. It's all been painted and weathered and decaled and panel washed, and the gear are all on, the antennas. I still have to put the easy line antenna on it too tomorrow. So, and I work tomorrow, so it'll be probably Friday morning. We have a video and final reveal pictures on that from my 48-hour build that I didn't get done in 48 hours. But I had to work all 3 days, so I only got to spend about 8 or 10 hours, well, 12 hours probably, on the build. But I'm starting to waffle. There's going to be lots of pics after the video, just like always, guys. So we'll see you in a couple days with the FW190 reveal. And I think my next build is going to be a Stuka. We're going to stay with the Luftwaffe for another build. So, till then, guys have a good night. We'll see you later.
passion for integrity. First look here, service before self is what you hold dear. Excellence in all we do, dreams take flight.